really fun game that makes you money.
A fun game that earns you money. How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZilla.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around $15,000 US.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in CryptoZoo.
Shut up! No, you haven't!
Yeah, 500K.
Logan Paul's decades-long run on YouTube has been a non-stop roller coaster, packed with viral highs and headline-grabbing chaos. But out of all the messes tied to his name, nothing has scorched his online reputation quite like the CryptoZoo saga. After years of accusations, noise, and courtroom drama, a judge has now ruled that Logan did nothing wrong, or at least that's how it looks at first glance. But don't get it twisted, because the real story is way messier than that. If this ruling holds, it could spell serious trouble for CoffeeZilla, who's currently battling a defamation lawsuit after Logan accused him of crossing the line by calling him a scammer. On paper, this looks like a clean win for Logan, but behind the scenes, the fallout could tell a very different story. Before we dive in, do me one quick favor. Hit that subscribe button, lock in, and let's roll straight into it. It all kicked off on August 18th, 2021, after months of non-stop NFT hype blasting across Logan Paul's socials. Riding that wave, Logan officially announced his own crypto NFT project, CryptoZoo, and the internet went wild almost instantly. The pitch sounded slick and simple. Users could buy NFT eggs that would hatch into digital animals. Those animals could then be bred into rare hybrid creatures and flipped on the open market. The dream was clear. Buy in early, build something unique, and cash out later. And just to sweeten the deal, the entire ecosystem was tied to its own crypto coin called Zoo Token.
Paul is suing me for CryptoZoo, only a year after he thanked me for it. Rather than pay back his victims fully, Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing.
Everything was packaged as entertainment meets opportunity, boldly sold as, "It's a really fun game that makes you money." And people believed it. Egg NFTs sold fast, expectations skyrocketed, and the hype machine was in full force. But when it came time to actually deliver, things started cracking fast. Promises dragged, timelines slipped, and updates felt vague at best. Those constant delays set off alarm bells, making investors question whether they were watching a project struggle or watching something far worse unfold. That suspicion exploded into near certainty when CoffeeZilla dropped his investigation in December 2022. Suddenly, what was sold as innovation started looking shaky, and the phrase, "It's a really fun game that makes you money," didn't sound so fun anymore. What came next was one of the most brutal reputation crashes YouTube has ever seen. Logan went from that annoying guy who did that one wild thing in Japan years ago to a full-blown alleged scammer, accused of ripping millions from his own fans. The internet wasn't forgiving, and the backlash was relentless. It didn't take long for the fallout to turn legal. By February 2023, victims had filed a class action lawsuit against Logan and everyone involved in CryptoZoo. CoffeeZilla's deep dive investigation and relentless reporting were the sparks that lit this fire, shining a light on the chaos and giving the story the traction it needed. Then, in August 2024, Logan fired back, filing a defamation lawsuit against CoffeeZilla for calling him a scammer. That move forced CoffeeZilla to keep quiet about CryptoZoo publicly, but it barely patched Logan's shredded reputation. It might have even made things worse. Trying to silence an investigative journalist is rarely a sign of innocence, and watching Logan scramble through lawyers instead of facing his own mess made him look worse by the day. The crazy part? He chose to spend a fortune on legal battles rather than paying back some of the people he allegedly wronged.
Literally, right before you walk down the aisle.
If I'm here, you know it's good news.
What's the news,
The
Jeff?
class action dismissed.
Yes, bro. The whole thing?
18 months. 18 months we waited for that. It happened literally minutes before you walked down the aisle.
That's a good sign for
Fucking go! That is
That's the textbook definition of a scumbag move. And like most high-profile lawsuits, progress was glacial. Between pleadings, discovery motions, trials, and appeals, these cases can drag on for years. Updates were scarce, and for a long stretch, that's exactly where the CryptoZoo lawsuits were stuck. One thing that set this case apart was that the internet already had a pretty clear idea of how it might go down. Most people expected Logan to lose both lawsuits. After all, he did hype a crypto project that turned out to be allegedly shady, and once that was confirmed, CoffeeZilla calling him out would basically be fact, making it non-defamatory almost by default. Then, out of nowhere, everything flipped. On October 29, 2025, news dropped that the CryptoZoo-related class action lawsuit against Logan Paul was thrown out by a federal judge. The official filing stated that defendant Logan Paul's motion to dismiss is hereby granted as to all counts, and all 27 of plaintiff's claims be dismissed as to counts 1 to 26. Count 27 was dismissed with prejudice, meaning no second chances there. Logan's attorney, Jeff Nyman, told TMZ that the district judge reaffirmed the ruling, holding that no reasonable juror could find Logan's statements misleading or fraudulent. And as you can imagine, Logan was ecstatic, especially since this legal victory landed on the same day as his wedding. Talk about timing. The internet, naturally, wasn't as thrilled. One Twitter user summed up the mood perfectly, posting, "In America, crime is legal." Ouch! The internet blew up over the news, with one post racking up over 230,000 likes. Many nodded along with ZachXBT, a well-known voice in the crypto world, who tweeted, "Sad how antiquated laws allow bad actors to continually abuse inefficiencies within crypto from different jurisdictions. If you promote a project tied to the value of tokens and little to nothing is delivered, thus leading to serious financial harm, you should be held accountable." But here's the kicker. While Logan's dismissal could put justice out of reach for many victims of the CryptoZoo mess, that's just the beginning. The person who might take the hardest hit from this update isn't even Logan. It's CoffeeZilla, the very journalist who blew the lid off the alleged scam in the first place. Logan's defamation lawsuit hinges on proving that CoffeeZilla supposedly ruined his reputation by calling him a scammer. Up until now, CoffeeZilla's defense was rock solid. Logan allegedly scammed his own fans, as the lawsuits against him show. That fact was the backbone of his case. But things just got trickier. Damning messages from Logan surfaced, revealing that he wasn't seeking compensation. He was allegedly on a personal mission to punish CoffeeZilla. The goal? To turn him into a warning for anyone who dared to speak up in the future. Logan reportedly wrote things like, "Zilla will pay one way or another. I'll make sure of it. I want people who wronged me to suffer, and while I continue getting wins on their grave." He even called himself a petty billionaire, implying this lawsuit was fueled by spite, not principle. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. 26 out of the 27 claims against him were dismissed without prejudice, so they could come back. But here's the truth. A dismissal doesn't equal innocence. Judges don't weigh truth. They just decide if the claims are sufficient to move forward. Everything Logan was accused of could still be true. While I was working on this video, the opposition filed an amended complaint, nearly twice as long, packed with new evidence that completely destroys Logan's defense. He tried to claim he made no money from CryptoZoo, but the filing alleges he pocketed over $1.3 million from NFT egg sales in the first month. It gets worse. Logan allegedly told investors the game was so addictive, even the developers' kids were hooked. But the game didn't exist. His claims of hiring a dozen artists to create hybrids? False. They allegedly just photoshopped stock images together. Worst of all, he kept publicly promoting CryptoZoo, even though development had stopped entirely. According to the amended complaint, he refused to approve completion of the game, claiming it was too expensive. The truth? He had already realized his profits and only cared about maintaining appearances. Throughout 2022, Logan kept spinning empty promises, insisting artists were working around the clock, claiming he was never giving up, while development had long since stopped. These are just a few of the many alleged lies exposed in the new complaint, and they could be a saving grace for CoffeeZilla. After all, truth is the strongest defense in a defamation case. If Logan is proven guilty of scamming his audience, his case against CoffeeZilla could fall apart entirely. Even if Logan somehow wins both cases, the scammer label won't go away. Just look at the internet. People aren't congratulating him. They're mocking him. Court victories won't repair his reputation. Logan hasn't done much to regain trust either. Back in January 2024, he promised refunds for CryptoZoo investors. But as of now, nothing. The website he linked for claims is defunct, redirecting to a third-party service. Things look like they're only going downhill for him. Here's the brutal truth. If he wins, people will say the system is rigged in favor of the rich. If he loses, even one case, he's facing lifetime internet clout damage. Either way, the fallout from CryptoZoo is shaping up to follow him forever. So what do you think? Will Logan pull a miracle win, Or is the internet never letting him live this down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button. Share this video. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates, deep dives, and all the drama behind the headlines. Every comment, like, and share helps the channel grow and keeps us bringing you the stories everyone's talking about.